know, you're my 3 year girl. Got it. In 3 years, you'll understand me. So yeah, I want to say thanks. So hopefully my phone won't die because I didn't charge it last night. But I thought this was really, really important.
Thank you. I appreciate you doing this for me.
Well, I appreciate you and your mama. And so this is how it's going to go. We could review your paperwork. I know I said 30 minutes. Clearly, I'm going to give you more because you're allowing me to film. That's my way of thanking you. Right now, we got to get to you. Okay? So, you do, well, since you say you don't remember, I'm going to stop. Every sheet you've ever gotten from me, do you happen to have them somewhere?
Probably.
Okay.
I'm not home. Yeah.
Okay, no, and it's okay. Okay.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm asking that is because, you know what I always say, the more you know yourself, the better off we are, right? So when I look through your sheets, my progress sheets that I give you in every session, by the way, the Dan Xiaoyan San was the only one remedy that could have worked with this condition.
Which one?
The third one. So I just want to go to the window of you, okay? As you know, I keep notes, subjective, objective, the assessment, and then the plan that we're gonna do, right? The first time you ever came to see me, because see, this is how this works. We treat the whole person. Your chief complaint, and I'm gonna read, okay?
Okay.
Was you wanted clarification and you wanted to go back to community. All these years later, how are you doing in those two areas?
I could use a little bit more clarification, especially around this issue. And I think I've built a pretty amazing community.
So we would say we're at 50% of your goal.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm simplifying things because again, I need you to understand yourself. Okay?
Okay.
So if we look back, and I hope you remember this, and sometimes, all the time, I only tell you what you need to hear at that point in time, not what I'm really writing. All right? The first line after your chief complaint that I ever wrote was her legs look as in paralysis. Has nothing she wants what she has. And yes, sometimes I write in riddles. That was the first telepathic message I got for you. Did you know that?
No.
No, I know. So I have all of your notes in front of me. Thank you for sending me the blood work. I am sure, and you do know, obviously, I was like, okay, I know that I said that I'm going to do this like 30-minute thing, but in my freaking meditation, you came in and you were like, hey, it's my left ovary. And I was like, dear God, can't you wait, woman? And then like maybe 20 minutes later, or more than that, to be honest, is when I got up from my meditation, because I do this whole routine in the morning, right? And I was like, oh, left ovary. What do you think about the blood work?
What do you mean, what do I think about the blood work?
Yeah, what they told you, what they're seeing.
I really didn't question it. It was like, okay, well, it would, the scan, when I got the ultrasound, it made sense. Okay, so I was just kind of like, okay, well, this makes sense why I'm experiencing so much pain. So now that I know what it is, let me try to remedy it.
Right. And so what I'm gathering is, aside from the Chinese medical formulas, what else did you do to remedy it?
I did everything that I included in the email. So prior to that, I think I had a consultation with a nutritionist. I also saw the chiropractor that had me on these
Right,
and
right.
it was really, really intense. I lost like 25 pounds in 3 months,
Wow.
and I felt like crap. I felt like crap, and I was getting post menstrual cramping, which I'd never gotten before.
Yes. So,
Yeah,
again, I don't expect you to remember this, but you know me, I'm feisty and I expect my patients to remember things I've said. One of the reasons why I never use standard process is because it's synthetically bound, like Purium and all these other things. And there's many um, herbs out there, right? I have issues with a lot of them. The ones as far, and I don't know which kind you use in Chinese medicine, but they tend to have a lot of pollutants on them because they literally are raised in China, and it really is the most polluted land. So I'm talking about the physical aspect of remedies, the physical aspect of you. Since day one, we know there's always been um, female reproductive system issues, right?
okay.
uh, you're a very strong woman. You can build muscle quickly. And so I want you to think of, and you know how it goes. As soon as the camera went on, I bow down internally and I go, hey, dad's side and mom's side, come in, help me out. So your dad's side comes in, and I'm going, what? But this is like a mom's side issue, right? Because left is the feminine, but I work with reproductive breast cancer issues with your mom.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why I'm confused when he steps forth and he's like, my side. It's like, oh, great, thanks, guys. All right, so that side is really, and I need to give credit where credit. So you've done amazing work, right? Right?
Thank you. Yes.
Thank you. Just say yes.
Thank you.
You really have come a long way from that very insecure young woman I met, and then, but you've always faked it till you made it, right? There's the Marilyn I know. But it's true, right? Is this not true?
Yes, yes,
Thank you.
yes.
I'm asking her, not you.
Keep going, keep going.
So the long and short of it is that you have to go back to the beginning. The reason why I started with the chief complaint, and I'm breaking it down into percentages, is because this is an issue of self. It's not an issue of reproductive system. Does that make sense?
Yes. And
Uh,
we've been doing a lot of work around that. I just haven't been able to get to the root of it.
yeah, and that's ironic because I scan your chakras and your auric fields, and the only one working is the first. And when I say working, it's like light switches, they're either on and off. So your first chakra, it's all good. So that's why I'm saying it's not an issue of the reproductive system. And that was before I scanned to double check, and I forgot that about you, that every time I scan you, when I go, well, it's definitely not a root chakra issue, you immediately go, scan me. And I'm like, I was about to. So you doubt. You go, can you do that 2, 3, 4 times again? However, that's why I'm shocked to hear you say when they gave you these findings in the medical community, you're so willingly gave away your right. And you're like, okay, I take this as truth and move on. So here we go. And please tell me, how long has this pain been?
It's been like 3.5 years.
Okay, that is really messed up. I'm sure you remember this um, issue that I said I have with women. When they have reproductive system issues, they will last years before they actually come forth. Okay, that was funny. So I was sharing with you a story telepathically about the girl who was pussing yellow stuff out of her vagina, and I was like, put a mask and everything, and I actually acupunctured her in different parts that people wouldn't, just to help out the pussing, because she waited a year and a half before coming to see me, and she had already been my client a while ago. So You telepathically were like, at least I'm not pussing yellow out of my vagina. So I was like, congratulations. So we got to get to your questions. Question number 1, go.
So my biggest question is, so what do you see? What's going on?
Okay. I'm assuming that you're going to take notes for her. Okay. As I was saying, I'm kind of surprised that the only light switch on is your first chakra. The second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and eighth are turned off. Okay? And when I ask you, you said 3.5 years. Okay? However, telepathically, you're saying it was really 4 years ago. Don't think what happened 4 years ago. Where were you and what were you doing? Don't think, just say it.
I was in India.
Very good. And what was the thought that came up? You were in India, and what were you doing?
I was hashing out my relationship with God.
Oh, wow. Got the chills. Okay. And how did that go?
It was intense.
Okay. So what you're saying telepathically is it felt as if it was time to take the burden off your shoulders. You know, to take off the burden off your shoulders. Okay? And how did that go?
It went well, but I'm also figuring out that there's more to be done there.
Wow, that is what I want to hear. So this is, as you know, the reason why I built my 4-legged table, which you were not privy to because I developed that once I worked a lot more with people, right? People come to me because their 4th leg is off, the physical. But I gotta look at their psychology, their spirituality, and their emotions. And we start with emotional because that's where it gets in muddy and fussy and people lose themselves. Okay, so now I'm gonna speak for you if I may. Okay, and it's not that, I'll just tell you, in 3 years you'll know what I'm saying. Like you always say.
Hopefully not that long.
Yeah, no, don't worry. We'll take care of you. I promise you that. All right, and that's just because I love you. So, anyway, yes, it was wonderful, and I've always admired the way you just jump and seek out things. Also, it takes you a while, right? When I said, hey, become partners with that man, and you were like, no. And after you took a good, what, like 20, 30 minutes of the freaking session saying no, I was like, do it. And then what did you do? You still kicked and screamed for a little bit, a couple of weeks, and then maybe or months. And then like months later, you're like, okay, I'm in. Okay. And then fast forward, you're like, I want out, I want out. And you kept saying, I want out. And I said, and it's time. Why? Because I was not asking you to jump out because I said so. I was just being your instrument of God. And it's God's time, not our time. So if we could understand, again, to me, generator, organizer, deliverer, or destroyer, right? Love that Kundalini Yoga definition because that's my higher power. Okay, my higher power is this energetic community force that I'm part of. Force. A force could be a powerful thing to be part of, or it could be forced on you. But when you are you and you think things are being forced on you, guess what? You're gonna fight because you're a warrior, and that's your dad's lineage. They will take no prisoners. And that's where the fake it till you make it comes in, which I always admire. And you know, again, I talk about you all the time, okay? The first time that I was like, where is she? And then you pull up and you're like, on the motorcycle, and you take that helmet off and you go like this and all those gorgeous curls. And I was like, oh my God. I mean, every single, like, I'm getting the chills telling you this. Every single part of your muscles just like they were so chiseled that you shined. And I'm going, okay, that is ridiculous. That is a goddess. That is not a regular person. And then you come in, you're like, rah, 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 with that deep voice and that gorgeous crack. And I'm going, really? I couldn't see how you were, you know, the mama daughter thing, right? You know what I mean? Because your mom holds herself very small. And I'm not trashing on your mama, you know, I love her very much. And when she's grown leaps and bounds, right? And I don't, you know, I hope that now she tells you all her secrets, because all the time I used to be like, tell your daughter, tell your daughter. She's like, no, as if she's protecting a little girl. And I was like, spare me. These are important things. The day you don't laugh when I tell you that story, and I need you to keep an eye on her. You know, hey, remember Gloria said this? When someone tells her how gorgeous she is, and it's not a joke, but she goes, and I was looking for an honest, true feeling in your physical form that says, yeah, it's okay to be me, and I am all these things. And I don't tell you you're pretty if you're not pretty. You do know that, right? I will never go around giving somebody a compliment if I don't mean it. It's just not my thing. But why this is important is because I repeat, second chakra, and we're gonna go there, you know, and martial arts is the dantian. It's where you hold all of your ball of energy. So I am gonna ask you to do some, well, let me ask you, do you do any exercises for your uterus? What? 4-star.
I do martial arts, yes. I do martial arts, yes.
Okay, I thought you said 4-star. I answer me, your high is good. Jesus, you don't even want to hear me. Fuck, man. All these chakras are really off. Okay, we're gonna keep going. Answer me, your high is good. 3rd, 4th. Oh, love. Yay. Okay. No. Oh, jeez. Okay, so I hope this is gonna make sense. I understand and I see that physically it's on the left ovary, but I ask telepathically your body parts and they talk to me. So, and it's like an investigation, right? It's like an artichoke. I have to keep peeling back the layers, and the layer I just peeled back when, haha, it's over here where it started. And I'm like, what? And it was your right kidney, which stands for the masculine and fear. So then if we go back, and I'm sorry, I'm going to put words in your mouth. When you were in India, but for the sake of time, I'm doing this. When you were working out, as you said, hashing out your relationship to God, guess what? God is masculine. And yes, society rules us that way, but that's just absolutely not true, right? It's ether of both energies and none. Okay, why I love Chinese medicine. It is the yin and the yang, and it constantly does this. It transforms from one to the other. As you were transforming from masculine to feminine, and you'll continue to do this for your lifetime. Okay, and it's okay if you don't settle on one side. Okay, so I say this to you because this session is really about giving you permissions. 1, to let yourself be in your beauty. 2, to let yourself be masculine, feminine, masculine, like the DNA molecule. It's okay. Some of us don't have, well, I don't think any of us have a set sex to fall on, to be quite honest. So, and I apologize for that dog barking again. Anyway, if you go back, the right kidney has issues. So my question to you is, have you had lower back pains?
Yes.
Okay.
I threw my back out about 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
It's something that I've done it 3 times in my lifetime. So yes, I have a herniated disc in my low back. It's L5S1.
L5. Why are you telling me that you did have a fracture there at some point? Do you know that to be true?
I don't, but it doesn't surprise me. So I probably got that in college.
Oh, that's right. I forget you're the triathlete after all. There's many an opportunity where you would have heard that. You know, and I'm sorry, I went like this, and it's not that you fell on it, but it's through either jumping or doing something, you know?
Yeah, I was playing softball and I slid.
but it wasn't this. It
No,
had to have been
it
like
was,
jump and this, right?
yes,
And movement. That's what
yeah,
I'm seeing. Yeah.
yeah,
So for that end in mind, I don't know if I anyway castor oil packet. Okay. So what you're gonna do is you're going to buy a product. You can't buy a product. Okay. Uh, so there's something that you can get over the counter. No. Uh, all right. Is it okay for me to put you on remedies today?
yes,
Okay. Because you can't buy the product. I was gonna say I was trying to go the route of on your side. Sorry, I'm getting um, a lot of information at the same time. On your side, I want you to do castor oil packs. What that means? Do you remember how to do castor oil packs?
yeah, but am I doing them on my low back? Is that what
Yes.
I'm doing?
On
Yes,
your, I'll find your sacral area for the sake of mending a quote unquote fracture. But what we're really going to be doing is we're going to be feeding the area, quite honestly. And once you feed that lovely area, what it's really doing, if you think of a tree, imagine that your tree and your gorgeous hair and arms and everything are like the leaves and such, but uh, the tree, the trunk around it is your sacral area. And let's say that somebody came with an axe and chopped it, and it tries, because the beauty of our physical form, which is what I'm hoping with everybody getting vaccinated, is that our body really wants to go back into health. Okay, but at 3.5 years your body's not going back into health, just like a tree, or any part of it. That's what I love about Mother Earth. Starts going bad, that way, there was a cut, and it just like stays open and it doesn't heal, right? But in this case, I'm using that metaphorically. That staying open part was, oh, I've got these spiritual contracts from many lives where I did not accept the masculine. And it's not by your fault, because we have lived in a patriarchal, unified way of thought on this planetary alignment, right? So it's not your fault. But then you fast forward and then you go, wow. And I really like, what makes me want to cry, the day you missed my seminar, but you came at the end. And you, again, with your gorgeous smile, and you're like, I just got back. And I'm going to Africa. And like, you did all this mending work with your dad. I was like,
yeah,
finally? Because I know that your mom, because whatever way you look at it, mom and dad, they mess us up. Whatever input information they give us, that's what we become. And people could go, well, I went to therapy, but it stays in here, in the subatomic particle level, right? So when I saw that, I was so proud of you, because you literally that night, that's when you really had lifted that burden off your shoulders, not when you went to India. Okay, because things happen when you went to India, and you thought you got an infection from the toilet seat. I was like, no, honey, that infection came from in here. So that's the only chakra you're letting me go to right now. That's why I'm waiting for you to open. So, like your heart chakra, what does it have in there? It has our lungs. Our lungs is the third skin. And so it is believed in naturopathic medicine that our third skin does go up our anus and into our colon, right? But why not understand and believe that it also goes into the layers of the folds of the skin in the uterus and in our ovaries? Okay, so you come to a point where you're still doing this as a warrior, going this whole feminine body. Um, God, you're stubborn. I'm sorry, may I use you? Thank you. Thank you. God, you're lucky. The question was, when any reproductive system issue happens, it really has to do with your unwillingness to be a mom. And it's not about what preference sexually you have, it's about a need that is birthed within all of us dumb females. As you know, I said I would never ever be a mom, but at 24 to 25, my kid came in every night, and I was like, you know, and it has been the greatest gift. But I'm a mom through being with all my patients, a mom. So the question was, have you guys considered having a child? And
Yes.
luckily for us, she would be more willing to carry than you.
That is true. Yeah,
Oh,
that
have
is
you
true.
discussed this?
Yeah, we've discussed it for sure.
So that's why I
Yeah,
said you're lucky. What?
we definitely want Marilyn to go first because she's older.
Did you hear that? What did you think about what she just said?
It's true. Like, yes, I mean it's something that we have been talking about, but I have my apprehensions because
Really?
of
Why
the
do you think
system.
you have issues in your reproductive system? You don't have to tell me you have apprehensions, for God's sake. What I meant to say is that you hear what she said, because you're like, oh my God, no, I can't do this. I've got all this, like,
No, I said it because she speaks of it. That's the only reason why I said it.
don't listen to her. Her body's telling you her answer. Once we could let her relax, guess what? Then we could talk about it. But like, yeah, it's kind of like the kind of thing where if you say she's a kindergarten child and you say, hey, guess what? You're going to be going to kindergarten. She'll be like, no, for 3 weeks before school starts. But then if you don't tell her, and I'm sure you know this to be true, if you don't tell her and you go, hey, we're going for this amazing journey. It's going to be so much fun. You're going to meet other kids. You get to draw and all that. Oh, we're here. Bye, honey. Have a good day. Then she'll do it. Right? You're welcome. That was your key to how to talk to her. That's how you talk to your woman. Every time you want something from her. Surprise!
I should just surprise her.
That's right. And that was very cute. You verbally said, I should just surprise her, and telepathically you went, Gloria, I don't do surprises. How am I supposed to handle this? I'm a planner. That was funny.
Oh, planner. Yes. Yes.
Okay, so just because she's cute and she smiles and she says, oh yeah, honey, I should go first, that doesn't mean anything. Don't believe her. Believe her body.
So does that mean that she's going first? Or
What that means is you said you went to India to have a relationship with God. You said to hash out. That means hash out. That means like, oh, what's underneath all this? That does not mean, oh, I went to be one with God. And God is a higher power, and it's not up in the sky. It's a higher power. And again, if all these chakras are off, dude, man, we got a problem. And I'm sorry, I don't like the word problem, right? I always go, it's a challenge. We can take that on because I want you to believe that if you believe what is rightfully yours, which is divinity, you can heal all things. Okay? But we've got a couple of things going on. And I'm sorry I'm going to be really rude right now, but you're allowing me to curse. You're mentally mind fucked by the DNA of your masculine generation. Okay? By it going, oh no, everything has to be a struggle, everything has to be a fight. And I say this with all love in my heart. You know me for a long time. You got to learn how to trust. You got to learn how to have a relationship with your higher power. Okay? Where you go, wait, so I shouldn't go first? No, it's not up to you guys. You go, I leave this. I'm going to put this situation, I'm going to set it aside because Gloria says she'll take care of me. The physical part. But guess what? The 3/4 of this issue are these chakras, which are the spiritual part. How do I let go and let God? Chakra number 2, right? Chakra number 3, how do I become one between heaven and earth and digest all these issues? How do I open up myself on chakra number 4 to love? To breathing in during a global pandemic. I love very much how this guy, John Acuff, he says, write a note on your wall or somewhere, that says, be kind Well, I've added the be kind. He says, but I say, write a note, be kind. This is my first global pandemic. So during the bent of this global pandemic, you went like this, my love, because you are going, oh my God, wait, I'm supposed to have this relationship. I'm supposed to trust. What are you talking about? I got like the greatest love partner on earth. I'm not supposed to have that. I'm not deserving. Where did she come from? I mean, she's really fucking hot, right? So, and I don't mean here only. I mean here also. I did, the one session with her, and I know her insides now, right? So, to me, my interest is how do we accumulate this as data, and then I will give you the tools, but I'll give you the tools, right? um, so thank you. Answer me, your high is good. Anybody? Upper. Oh, okay. So that's ironic because most of your remedies, in case you didn't notice, that you've been given and you have been taking are for circulation, and yet upon saying this, you let that chakra open up, but you still got stuck in your arteries of your circulation. So tell me about your diet. Like, uh, you're so stupid. I'm not gonna tell you what you just said. just answer this question. Um, what is the current fats in your diet?
Avocado, salmon, nuts, seeds, olive oil, grapeseed oil, um, sardines, anchovies.
Okay, I'm sorry. Can you just go back? You said grapeseed because I have to write those in a different. Repeat them again. You said avocado, salmon, olive oil.
Olive oil, grapeseed oil,
Mhm.
nuts, seeds,
Oh, nuts.
grapeseed oil, sardines, anchovies.
Okay. So, are you willing to change your diet up while we heal this condition?
Yes.
All right. I guess I'm just such a note taker. It freaks me out that you guys are not taking notes and just recording, but whatever.
I'm gonna take this next stuff for the diet.
Thank you very much. I would appreciate that. I will tell you the no's and then we'll go into the yeses. Deal? So, what I'm seeing, and I thought it was really interesting that your blood work shows normal levels of cholesterol, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And I look at the blood work, and the numbers look presentable. But nowadays, what those numbers are, they keep pushing the number to be like in the 80s before you were born. Um, they they used to say that the cholesterol levels had to be at like 400, and then 10 years later it went down 300, 200, so they could put people on cholesterol medications. Okay. And it's not that they're trying to do something bad, it's just that people's diet keeps getting worse and worse and worse. However, and I know you have to have a pretty clean diet because I know you. You do a pretty damn good job at taking care of your body and such. And so the things I don't want you to have for now, okay? Which to me it's shocking, but whatever interaction your body is assimilating is what we have to listen to. So obviously that's why I'm like, what? What do you mean no avocado? But remember, and I've shared this with you many a time, whatever you eat the most of, that's what you're most allergic to. Okay, so we're gonna call them allergies. All right. So for now, while you have allergies in the following, I'm gonna ask you to put those to the side. No avocados, no salmon, no anchovies, no sardines, no olive oil. And as far as the nuts, oh God, this is so weird. Not that you're weird, although you are. But I just find it fascinating because these are all like yes foods in most people's diets, okay? No macadamia nuts. Clearly, never ever. Well, I just hate peanuts because they're just the dumbest food on earth and the most consumed next to corn. which is like GMO. So no peanuts, no almonds, no cashews. Okay, wow. Thank you. That was easy. I'm like, wait, how many more no to the nuts? And then you went, why don't you just ask me which is the yes to the nut? Ha ha. And I was like, oh gosh, she's right. She's smart. And I go, what nut should you have? And you went, coconuts. Ha ha ha. And I'm like, oh, that's right. It's a Puerto Rican side of you. I forgot you're really funny telepathically. So the answer is yes. Only do coconuts. So one of my favorite things that, and I mean, you guys are still in Miami,
No
right?
grapeseed oil either?
Oh, grapeseed oil, yes. No olive oil.
No olive oil.
That's good because I can't do olive oil either.
Good.
That's easy.
Okay. Oh yeah. So thanks for asking that. So like grapeseed oil seems to be a wonderful, just grapeseed oil. It does have, let's call them natural antibiotic properties, as you might know. But the other thing that I think it's freaking hysterical is yes to black, not white. Buy expensive black truffle oil. When I say expensive, like research it because I don't even know this answer. I mean, I would bias it and be like, I would buy it from like the town in France where truffles are a thing. And it might be like a whatever 44 plus. What?
I'll get it at Thrive.
I love truffle oil. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
but remember, please, no white truffle oil, black truffle oil.
No white.
Yeah, and I would drizzle it on foods. What's up with the carbs? Like, can you name me complex carbs you are having?
Potatoes.
Okay.
I eat potatoes.
What kind of potatoes?
Like mostly hash browns, French fries.
The answer is absolutely no. Listen to me. Where I know what we want this to go away, and that I would really call those complex carbs, just so you know. They're stupid carbs. But hear me out. This is the yes. Okay. Hannah sweet potato, the yellowish kind of one, the reddish sweet potatoes, and the purple yams.
Okay. What about like black rice or quinoa, those things? That's okay?
Yeah, wow, this is so weird. You totally have flipped all the like healthy foods into no's. And not that, oh, okay, let me rephrase that. Knowing your constitution, knowing you the way I know you, you would naturally and surely be the kind of person that thrives on fats and carbs. But again, I'm calling it an allergy. You've developed an allergy to all of these, so we're gonna push them to the side just till you heal. Okay? Yeah, oh God. You're like, well, how long? 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. I was like, oh God, I forgot you always used to do that shit to me too. Like, how long? So at least 3 months is my answer until further notice. 3 months. 3 months. Please, let's go back. So
No, really quick. So no pumpkin seeds either. Pumpkin seeds for her. She likes them.
Jesus. You know, pumpkin seeds, how you heal something like this? And your answer is no. Yes to sunflower seeds.
Okay, she likes sunflowers.
Oh my God, you know, this is really funny. I feel like, you know, I used to be a designer, and when I used to present my design boards, I used to be like, this is spring, think sunflowers. That's what your body's literally saying. Think Puerto Rican African. Think exotic fruits. And I'm like, oh God, she wants to go back to her roots. That's what she needs to eat. And I know I've shared this.
So can I eat mango?
Hell yeah.
Beans and rice?
She
Mango.
loves beans and rice.
Oh my God, you know what I love? Forbidden black rice, like sticky rice with mango slices on that. No condensed milk. But wait, this is the good thing. There's this is such a sin. What I'm gonna tell you, but there's like coconut condensed milk.
Wow.
Yeah, there is.
But you are not gonna have that. You guys can make your own. Get some coconut cream. You do this like 8 hours before, just because it tastes better. Okay, so you do your sticky rice when you're gonna have you cut up your mango, but before the prepping for the my version of the condensed milk in a healthy way. Okay, you're gonna do coconut cream. You're gonna put 2 teaspoons to a container. Uh, let's say, like this is one of those like smaller than this jar. I'm trying, like a 6 ounce kind of container, okay? Or just measure 6 ounces out of the. Okay, she's very funny. She's lazy. She's like, "Can't I just put the whole container in a jar and like keep it in the fridge?" And I'm like, "It's her session, for God's sake." But you know what? She's lazy and smart all at once. Okay, so yes, the answer is fuck it. Just do a mason jar container. She could keep it in the fridge. You forget, I really can't hear you. So, and I'm plugged into her, and by default, do the mason jar, do the freaking whole container of sweet cream, organic coconut creamer, so no sugar, right? So then you do 2 teaspoons still to that, 3 teaspoons of chia seeds, okay, and that 3 teaspoons. Nowadays, I do have an issue with the Americanization of panela, which is, you can get panela everywhere, right? In Miami. It's the actual sugar cane. So I'm asking you to understand we cannot put sugar in your body. We need to take you away from sugars because it's actually feeding the growth of your situation.
So does that include fruit? Like
No.
Natural sugar? Okay.
Dude, exotic fruit is a yes. Papaya, mango, pineapple.
So honey is good too, right?
I use a lot of honey.
No honey?
Dude, I just said sugar cane. No fucking honey. No sugars. Honey is mostly like white now sugar nowadays. And I'm no disrespect to the honey industry, but if you have your own honeys in your backyard and then you're like in a sustainable way.
Somebody that actually does it. Like
Sorry. The answer is still no. We gotta listen to her.
Can I have white rice?
No.
White rice. Beans? No? It has to be
No
black
black
rice.
beans. Oh wow, this is really funny. What are those little yellowish beans called? Caneli?
Garbanzo?
No, garbanzo is a chickpea. And the answer is yes to chickpeas. Hell yes. You need all that chickpea that you can get. You need all the green peas. So yes, garbanzos, snap peas, green peas, like any kind of peas, the French. Any kind of lentil. Oh, by the way, thank you. Finally, your third chakra is speaking to me. It's like it's a crowded room with all of your organ parts, and your stomach is like, like comatose and then it goes, I need lentils. And I'm like, okay, lentils it is.
Lentils, yes. Yay.
Okay. No black beans, no red beans, but the only one, no navy beans. This is really weird. But the canelli, you know what I mean, like the little canelli. If you could get flava beans, the bigger, anything that's that light color, yes.
So fava beans, yes. Beans, yes.
But no red beans, no black beans.
No black beans. And so seriously, I mean, I always say no black beans no matter what because that's cancer causing. But like red beans, no. And those are usually pretty good for every human being except you. Oh, thank you. Okay, so back to the sunflower conversation. Yes to the sunflower seeds, and for your physical form, for your eyes and the beauty of knowing that you are beautiful and not laughing when somebody says it. Please get once. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm sorry. I gotta wait 1, 2. So every second week, decorate your home with sunflowers. You're so stupid. You're like, can they be fake? And I'm like, no, they have to be real. And I'll take it to this level. You guys live in an apartment, right?
Yes.
I would really. You have a balcony.
Yes.
I would really ask you to get sunflowers. They grow like weeds. They're beautiful, and I would prefer that you're growing something that you can pray to and thank for giving up its energy for you. So that we're using the sunflowers as sort of a shield or a protector for you, because we're also needing. Wait, what floor are you on?
Fourth.
That's not that bad. You're very unrooted. I would say, up to fourth floor, you're okay. Like it drives me nuts whenever I went to parties in New York City that were like on the 20th floor or penthouses. I was not good. I'd be like all lightheaded and I needed to ground myself, you know. And you have to honor your roots. So again, today's session is about community, meaning you got community, congrats, but now you need community of DNA. And we really are honoring your parents with the foods we eat. So I don't want you saying, hey, I was studying African culture and it says they eat french fries, because the answer is no. I would love it. There's like potato growth bags. So of course, everything I will throw back into permaculture. Potato growth bag, do the purple yam out of any of those. If you could grow purple yams, that would be great. Okay, not a lot of people know this, but you can actually eat the leaves. Saute them like in a little bit of coconut oil. Oh, by the way, coconut oil. Remember, coconut's everything. Yes. So maybe after, I mean, this is the way I like things. After you could saute kale and spinach and grape leaves. And again, like if you grow the purple yam, there's lots of wonderful festivals where they sell wonderful plants, or you could like heritage seeds, and get like heirloom seeds that
Okay.
are
Is there any fish that is okay?
not right now. No soy either. No.
No soy, no fish.
And I know you like your fishes because of the oils, and I agree with you. But I repeat, even if you don't see that in the blood work, I was not looking at the blood work only with physical eyes. I was scanning the blood work, and you said no, your fats are like this right now, and we need to bring them down. Okay, and what I mean by that, you know what I mean. It's like fat that is growing the growth, and then doing this will exit the growth. But yes, on my side, it will be through your remedies. All right. Hold on.
So what about tomatoes?
Hell no.
What
And
about cauliflower?
you're so weird. No. Broccoli, yes. Okay, so broccoli, yes. Oh, okay. And I know everybody is all over that like medical medium celery juice thing, and it does great things. But as I've told you, you can't do too much of one thing, because you are acid and alkaline, and then you're acid and then you're alkaline. You're both. So to drink that much celery juice, you can throw your body off. So, and that's how I would answer like why you're saying no to cauliflower. But please, do the broccoli. I would do with the broccolini,
Asparagus is okay too.
Huh?
Asparagus.
Asparagus should be your best friend. Okay?
Okay.
And that's really, I mean, I love asparagus, anything. Answer me your highest
And
good.
mushrooms. Mushrooms
Yeah,
are okay.
mushrooms.
No.
No?
Not even maitake. No mushroom. This is wild. Because the only mushroom will be your black truffle oil.
Oh.
That's your
So
healing source of oil, of mushroom.
are the other juices I'm doing in the morning, are those okay? Like
What are you doing in the
the
morning?
so you said no to the celery juice, but I'm also doing carrots, beets, cucumbers, grapefruit, lemon, and I'm also doing the smoothie, and I included in the email what's in the smoothie.
The thing is, I don't know why you're saying no. Wait, where's your sheet? Hold on. I'm just. Where's your sheet? I have your blood worksheet in front of me, and then what the picture of the, you know,
Of the scan, the ultrasound.
right.
But
But
I also included like so I drink 3 juices a day. So you said no to the
oh, here it
celery
is.
juice.
I got it. Okay. Yeah, no, I did look at this. I just couldn't find it. Yeah. So of course. Oh, by the way, your butt was gonna get kicked with the liver detox, and of course you're gonna lose way too much weight too soon. Again, to me, it's like people do the best they can, right? But I always, as you know, I always go, okay, everything I've ever learned, I have to push it to the side. And who is this person? Like, what does she really need? And that's why like, one of my faves is Xiao Yao Wan, the third. Actually, the first and the third, they're excellent formulas, but it sort of depleted you. And the one that I was saying that would be good was the second one, right? That would have been good because this is a gallbladder situation. Your right kidney and your gallbladder are kind of boycotting you. It's kind of like that's a factory, and they're like, we walk out, and you, the monkey mind, the supervisor goes, we don't need them. We could keep working, but they were integral parts to your uterus, to your ovarian situation. Throw in it the possibility of motherhood, and all bets are off. Factory closes down. It's like the gallbladder and the right kidney came back with rifles, and they have your whole body hostage. So that's what and I don't want to give it a name, but we'll call it deformation in the uterus is.
Okay.
Okay,
So,
so yeah. Oh, sorry, no bananas.
so the second juice and the smoothie, are those okay or no?
So the answer is yes, have the grapefruit. No, no. I'll go through your email. Okay, celery juice every morning. No. I always say carrot and beet. No. Cucumber. No. Grapefruit. Yes. Lemon juice. Great. Smoothie. Wild blueberries. Great. No bananas. No OJ. You're being very specific. No to citruses, but yes to grapefruit. Um, what kind of grapefruit is it? It's not the red one, it's the yellow one?
Yeah, I get what's Florida grapefruit.
Oh no, I'm impressed because uh, you're like, no, not the red grapefruit, the yellow. And I'm like, is that what you're having? You're like, yeah. And I was like, what? Good job. Yes, I'm the yellow grapefruit. So you have, hold on. Let me just continue on this side. Uh, no, whatever live ultimate, what does live ultimate greens mean?
Oh, they're greens, like powdered greens, live
No.
ultimate greens.
No. Barley grass, yes. Spirulina, yes. The dulse flakes,
Those flakes.
yeah. Cilantro, yes. Raspberry extract, yes. Oh, thanks. The raspberry extract. You know, my number one thing for a woman is at least one container of raspberries for breakfast. Okay, like in your case, 2 containers of raspberries for breakfast. Okay.
Is
I,
seaweed good? Seaweed?
yeah, I personally love hijiki. Okay, you like blanch it out, you leave it in water. Uh, Granny Apple Smith, apples, and like you julienne these. Okay, the apples, the hijiki, cabbage, yes. Okay, and because you're saying yes to broccoli, I would kind of throw that in there. One of my favorite nuts, which is a yes for you, also is a pine nut. So maybe putting that with some Bragg's liquid amino and like a teaspoon. Oh, okay. So instead of doing these juices, I love Bragg's because it's good company. The Bragg's raw apple cider vinegar to mix that in with a little bit of either your grapeseed oil, but because I don't know how it tastes with truffle oil, I would say it's too strong, but you might love it. So try to see, okay, grapeseed oil with the pine nuts, and you mix it, and that makes a really pretty salad that's super nutritious for that area.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Okay. Like a
Um,
dressing.
yeah, like a dressing. And I would say lemons, but you're saying no to lemons.
No
No
lemons? Okay.
You said no to citrus. The only citrus is grapefruit yellow. Okay.
Okay.
Um, yeah, to raspberries. So I'll tell you, fucking edibles. Oh dear Lord. Breathe in and out, tip of the tongue behind the teeth and the gum line. Okay, I am going to ask you to make friends again with the two characters that hijacked your whole factory, call your whole body. All right, assuming your high is good. So your right hand's gonna go, you know, right below the rib cage, right? Like right there, right? Where you will evoke, okay, like right where the rib cage is, okay, that's your liver, right? So your gallbladder will be like right in there, and you put your right hand there, and this is going to be kind of interesting because I'm asking you to put your left hand on the lower back of your right side because we're focusing on the right kidney and the gallbladder. Put your feet flat, roll your shoulders straight, and make yourself as straight as possible. Tip of the tongue, you're so cute. Yes, you can do this too. I mean, not now, but you guys can do it together. She's so fucking cute, isn't she? Anyway, she loves you. Don't worry, you both love each other. So anyway, go. Okay, so you breathe out and you make your stomach fat, and then you breathe in and make your stomach go in, right? And keeping your chin parallel. And I want you to start imagining that you have like an emoji inside your body, like the super smiley. Okay, could be you're such a nerd. You're like, what about the laughing emoji with the tears? I'm like, okay, fine, you can make it the laughing emoji with the tears. So put it in your brain, and it's like a yellow ball of healing. Okay, so we gotta hold there because we're going to say this is a morning exercise. Oh, sorry, you just corrected me. In the morning and before bed. Okay, and I don't know how long it's gonna take. It's up to you. You're like, how long should I do this for? I'm like, I don't know. Anyway, so you put the smiley face and you go, and you smile at your frontal lobe cortex. Why? Because the pituitary gland is there, and it affects our reproductive system. Okay, but I'm trying to teach you to have a relationship with all of your workers. All right. So you smile and you imagine. I like this. I like that idea. I always say smile to people, but I love the idea of with the tears. That's funny, because it'd be like really, really funny. So then you move it to your pineal gland, your brain, and you move it like I like to do it inside every part. My eyes, my nose. Yes, this is anti-aging nerd face. And you're like, wait, is this anti-aging? I'm like, of course. I live in the land of Botox. No Botox. Also, I'm like, what the hell am I doing? I did do, I think 4 times I've done the anti-aging acupuncture on myself. I should do that shit every night. I can. I don't have time. Anyway, so emoji, and again, I want you to make it like the size of your grapefruits that you're eating in the morning. Okay, so bring it to your throat and really clear out your ears. Oh, thanks for reminding me. Your dad used to suffer from ear infections a lot as a child. I had told you that in one session. Fuck, really? See? This is dad's side of the. Anyway, wow, you're kidding. Thank you. That also points to why your right kidney is weak. You can't have that many ear infections as a child and think you got perfect kidneys. This is what drives me nuts about parents, and I hope your mom didn't do that. They do the tubes, and then the doctors are like, oh, it'll be fine. And then they leave those tubes in there, and so they're the shape of the ear doesn't do this. It becomes like this because it's so like it can drain. But ear infections are fear. Right kidney, fear. The opposite of fear is love. But we need fear to go through things, and you know that. Because you use fear as a really, really good tool, and that's what kept your kidneys healthy. So again, we got to give credit. Credit is right. So breathe in and then just go into your body parts. Like I go into my lung, left lung first because it's a left side issue, and then the right lung, and that like the lobes, the upper lobe and the lower lobe of the lungs. I go into my breasts because cancer runs in my family, so you have to go into your breast as well. And then you focus on your heart, and it feels so good, doesn't it? The way you know you're doing it right, and it feels good because your genitalia should tingle, because everything is sexual energy. Doesn't it feel good? You're welcome. Anyway, you keep going down into your stomach, and then behind the stomach, you imagine the pancreas. And we're putting this like that is, you're like that'll get her doing the morning and night. It's really cool. Oh my god, you're so funny. You went like this. You go, wait, you're saying this is better than masturbation? So like I don't even have to do that. I could do, and I'm like, I do. Like the tingling, I'm good. Anyway, imagine that it goes into your stomach first, pancreas, then go to the spleen, and just like anybody else, like we don't want to feel anyone to feel left out, right? Like esophagus. I'm just trying to go, to all your body parts, and imagine the little flap, from the stomach that goes into your intestines. Imagine that opens and closes properly, because that's the way we get your third chakra to be friendly back to us. Okay, so then you go into the intestines, and imagine on the right side where your appendix is, smile emojis, one big emoji, the grapefruit size, small intestine. Then imagine it goes into the uterus, and you go left, a lot of energy, right, a lot of energy, back to the left, and smile, keep smiling at the emoji and going, you're safe, it's okay, ha ha. Funny for my pal over there thinking I'm gonna go first. She's got this. Okay, and it's not, and again, I am wanting you to laugh, because then we can surprise the uterus into choosing at that point whether your relationship to your God, because you are God and God is you and Mother Earth and all that. If you're being really, sorry, not when you're being sacred, and you go, oh, so I will bow down to my God, to my higher power, to everything that is, right? So it's really important that you stay there for a while for the obvious reasons. And then do bring it down to your first chakra. But like I said, your first chakra is good. Your legs are good. And why I think that's awesome is because, I repeat, when you first came to see me, I did see paralysis of the legs. And I was like, she's going to have like a motorcycle accident or something like that. But here we are, and you didn't. You healed that. How do we know? Because you're in community. Because you've got this beautiful partner by your side. So good job. Okay, so all that to say that you could go all the way down to your legs, one leg and then the other, or you could just, again, whatever you do, just the important was, I forgot the important was, sending a lot of energy to the gallbladder and the right kidney, like sending the ball there and being like, this is what I use the Ho'oponopono prayer, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, thank you. And just kind of mantraing it, but don't do it to a point where they're like, the gallbladder will be like, oh, screw you, you've said that too many times, so you gotta change it up. Because remember, the gallbladder is very feisty, okay? It does have a lot of work to do, disseminating the bile into the intestines, all right? So on my side, what will happen now is I will sit with your remedies and go, why is she saying these things? I just want you to know that I went through like specifically the nose, but you want to simplify your diet, and I love this. I don't know if you know, in last September, when it was my birthday, thank God for the grace of my sanity, and no longer being this kind of healer that does everything for free. I was able to take my mom to Hippocrates, and I took her for 2 weeks. It's supposed to be 3 weeks at 10,000 a week. Okay, and I did 2 because I know them. And when I got there, all I could do was cry when I saw them because I was like, oh my God, these are like my parents. Because I went there for the first time when I was like 24, and I didn't remember that. This psychotherapist dude that works there, he's like, yeah, I started here like whatever years ago, and I was like, wait a second. The first time I came here, you said you just started. Was I here like 20 years ago? Like that's like 20 something years ago. That like blew my mind away. But I say this here because in Hippocrates, the thing they say is that 95% of your diet should be sprouts. In this case, it's absolutely true. Okay, alfalfa sprouts, sunflower sprouts. I have a sprouter in my balcony. Okay.
Oh, can I do wraps? Wraps?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. As long as it's not like that regular flour, it could be like spinach. What is this? Garbanzo flour. They make oat flour, garbanzo flour, spinach, or that kind. Like think dark green leafy vegetables. Think sprouts galore. Okay.
And pasta? Is pasta okay?
Garbanzo pasta.
Chickpea
Fine.
pasta.
Chickpea pasta.
Are you for real? Because she didn't mean that. So as long as you make sure that you're for real. Did you hear the question? The question was not garbanzo flour pasta. I was like, is pasta okay? Because she's dying for her pasta. Stay away from fats and carbs right now. We're gonna up your protein, garbanzo and peas, and yes. But dark green leafy vegetables, you're like, yeah, you used to tell me that, not like I did it way back when, and I was like, oh, you jerk. Dark green leafy vegetables and sprouts. Okay, those should be your best friends. I'm sorry. Damn it, you're such a pain in my ass. I really wanted to, but I have to be in service. Sorry, I loved him a lot too. So he's like, wait, because I'm trying to conclude the session. And he goes, you can't go without telling her that I'm fine and that I love her so much. You know who I'm talking about, don't you?
Yeah.
It blew me away that man never met me and he described them to your mama. And I was like, now that's a praying man. Now that's, and I'm asking you this because he's asking you to use him. And I've always told you this. We use those loved ones that have passed on as our guardian angels. And sorry.
My grandpa never met Gloria, and when my mom told my grandpa that she was treating with Gloria, he
described
she
me.
showed it to him in a dream, and he described her to the T.
And he was in New York and I was in Florida, and he described me, and he was like, I like her. She's good for you. And then after that, actually, like 4 years or 2 to 4 years later, he came to see you guys, and he asked your mama to bring him to meet me, and I like lost it. Like I literally like bowed down to his feet, and I was like, here's Undas on me. My favorite thing in the world. So
it's your father that showed up today.
Yeah.
So she's gonna give you some remedies.
no, your father showed up, but right now your grandpa is what I'm talking about. Okay, that he's just like, hey, that's so funny. I have to be honest. He's really, really here for you, because telepathically went, wait, does he have a message from my mom? And he's very funny. He's like, she knows I'm always with her. Don't even ask me. Like he's almost, I don't want to say annoyed, but he's like, whatever. You know what I mean? Like very like, so it's just for you to use his energy, and he's telling me to tell you to use the energy that he had in his last breath to give to you. Okay? AKA the lungs. That makes a lot of sense to me because of the relationship between the kidneys and the lungs in Chinese medicine. The kidneys must go energetically, and The lungs are supposed to catch the air. Okay, you can't see that in an X-ray or an ultrasound, but that's just the way things are. The way you could see it, and technology is like amazing nowadays, right? Is how the blood goes boom into the lungs, and like it goes into the heart. So we could see that yes, the blood does go up after all these years, after Chinese medicine have been saying it for 10,000 years. So it, makes sense to me that he's got, like, yeah, like he's giving you his breath, his lung energy, to put it that way. And we know he passed away from, and right? Sorry, do you?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So, because I was like, wait, maybe she doesn't know. So we use that, and you bring it down to your kidneys, right? Kidney more, but both, they're twins, so don't favor one more than the other. But I am going to ask you to do the exercise with the left hand there, and doing this breath work again in the morning and at night before you go to bed. What else? Oh yeah. Hey, can I ask you, have you noticed anything about your knees?
Yes. Since I threw out my lower back, I feel tension in my knees
Mm-hmm.
in a way that I've never felt before.
Yeah. When you, I'll tell you what, I don't want to throw it all on her, so I'm going to ask you to do this to each other just to be nice to you. Take some lovely massage oil. Oh, thanks. I forgot to tell you that. There's, I think now, NOW is the brand. I hope they're still around, right? You do the almond lavender mixture oil. It comes together, okay?
Almond lavender
Mixture.
oil.
And then as 100% as you could possibly get, aloe vera gel. Okay, so you're gonna mix those, put them in a bowl. Because again, I'm asking you to be nice to her, in a bowl, and mix it. And you start from one foot, like the top of the foot, and like gently massaging up. You know how lymphatic massages? Have you guys had lymphatic massages? They should be very light. So you kind of want to do this along the lymphatic, especially on the inside, because this is your spleen channel, which is for your immunity. And the purpose is that when you get to the knee, you do this, like circles, clockwise, like if you were a clock. So 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock, okay, clockwise. Do one, okay, and then on this knee also clockwise. So they're both clockwise. All right, and doing this all around the leg. Obviously you do the front first, and then in your genitalia, mix it and put it inside. Okay.
Do we go up the thighs as well with it?
Yeah, up the feet and all that, and then make sure
Like
it's clean.
penetrate or just around or inside?
Inside.
Okay.
Like inside. Okay. That's going to trick your vagina into, oh, I'm healthy. It's the best way I could put it.
And it'll also help my knees?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but I'm saying that because when we're talking, I'm testing you for remedies, and I'm like, why do we have to give her stuff to strengthen her knees? So that's the answer.
Gotcha.
I mean, so, I have to figure out like why you're saying gallbladder, but your liver doesn't seem to be involved. It's because you totally detox the shit out of your liver, but to like a not healthy place. So I've got to fine dance the gallbladder into lifting the liver up again. I mean, shit. Yeah, I'll take care of you. There's a lot of stuff going on that I really would rather not say. So, how I always say, we'll just smile, you look pretty, take the remedies, and then we can laugh about this in 3 years.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. Any questions?
Yes. So, how can I get the remedies? When should I start? Should I, so right now I'm getting my period every 25 to 26 days. Would I notice a difference in this cycle, or would I like have to wait for 2, 3 cycles?
Yeah, that's really, really funny. I'm sorry. I am listening to you, I promise, but I got to listen to you telepathically also. And, uh, and you were like, okay, my period, who cares how many days I take in between? Like, your homework is I want you to journal around what it's like right here, right now, to be in relationship with your love and what your days look like and all that, and then what it will look like for you to have a child. What will those days look like? Okay, and I don't want you to be pretty about it. Okay, I want you to be real. As you know, again, we're shifting your matrix of your reality, right? So I hope you understand that this is a very trans-dimensional session, and like in those trans dimensions, well, I don't have to. I'm being in service to you, hoping that then the spirit that chooses you guys to be the parents will come in, because she's very clear with her spirit. Okay, that's just to make fun of you. And I'll tell you something. My daughter's great grandparents, they're Malagasy African. Hence those big lips that I wish I had. And they always used to say, you have the first kid for yourself, for the couple, but you have the second plus for them. And I guess I kind of didn't understand that. In my romantic mind, I would have loved 3. But God, the universe, she very clear was like, that one's mine. So every time I'm like, well, you picked me. She goes, you can't prove that. Because I'm like, you came to my dreams for a whole fucking year. She goes, you can't prove that. And she's very funny because she's right? But I have my journals that can prove that. So everybody's reality is what their reality is. And I want you to do this journaling so that you can make peace with whether you will be a mom or not. And that's none of your business. That's God's business. That's tomorrow. That's not today. Be here right now today. But meanwhile, we're just gonna have fun with it. You're gonna journal meaning my relationship is like this. These are what my days look like. If you want to get detailed, these are what 7 days a week look like, and then this is what 7 days a week would look like once we have a baby. Trust me, you don't sleep ever again. And mine's like 19 now.
We're having 3 children.
That's why I said that. Dude, you already said that telepathically. Not impressive. That's why I told you I also wanted 3 and I only got 1. So whatever, people. Just like, I trust the universe. Whoever I'm chosen. And I always say this too, I still want 3 and I have 1. And I go, I contemplate with the idea of foster parenting. Because I would stick a whole bunch of homeopathics in that kid. So even if I have them for just a little bit, could send them back into a world, as best as I can. Like a healthier working member of society that does not believe in the fear that is being sold us, but that trusts their heart and comes from here and go, oh, I manifested, so I'm going to walk with my eyes wide open, and I'm going to trust my body's innate ability to heal. How am I going to do that? It's not like I just meditate and pray about it, because those kind of people drive me crazy too, because you got to remember your physical form. So that's why we're going into the physical. Okay? And the psychology is a piece of paper writing. And yes, I said but go crazy, man. Just keep writing around it. One of the things I used to do is I used to write letters to Angelina back then. Oh my God, it makes me really emotional. And Yeah, do that. Like, have fun with it. Yes, ask her. Because you went, any other ideas? I'm like, please ask her. She's your co-parent, not me. Okay.
I have a whole lot of ideas.
Oh, I'm sure you do, Miss Planner. You better Google how do I surprise her. That would be really funny. Imagine she like comes home with a baby. Surprise! I picked this. Like my daughter used to say, "Can we go to the supermarket and buy another one?" And I was like, "No, honey, it's not the way it works." She constantly like a brother, a sister, anyone? No. Okay. I love you.
I love you too. Thank you so much.
Drink a lot of water. Remember. Oh, you do have to drink a lot of water. So remember your body weight half in ounces.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
And you'll
I'll work on your sheet.
send me the.
So today is Friday. I will not get to your sheet till Monday because I've got a whole bunch of other stuff and I'm writing for a podcast that I'm going to be on. So I try not to work on weekends, which is a big joke. So Monday morning I will work on your sheet. Afternoon I'll send you the invoice, and then I used to say it takes 4 days, but because of what's going on, sometimes it takes 6 or 7 days. As far as like the mailing. Okay.
So if she gets her period before we get the remedies, does she do the edibles?
Oh wait, did I not make myself clear? I know you're saying that the edibles are helping you, but you guys, do you have white willow bark?
White willow bark? No.
Yeah. Use that for pain instead of the edibles, please. Because doing the edibles do keep you high and fussy, and it will not do what we're trying to do, which is connect your spiritual form to your physical form, aka your God to you. I don't want hashing shit out with God. I want you being one with God.
Seriously, babe. Hashing shit.
Get it? Thank you. Pun intended. Hash. Wow, thank God one of you was listening. All right.
Okay.
Have a great day. Thanks.
Gloria.
Bye.